want this obviously, like, I don't want to say something that's pretty obvious, though. I guess that's
like your job, right?
Essentially what I do 24/7. But they need to win. They need to win.
Yep.
If Legacy want to stay in this, they have to pick up this map. Obviously, they got to pick it. They're going to start on attack, so we need to see them come through, smash this one out. They got 1, 2, 3 tanks, and then Wuvo there on the Reaper. So triple tank Reaper. Let's see how this plays out.
Yeah, it's not a bad setup really there for Legacy, but the Drop Bears, they do have a lot of mobility with their composition, so I'm not so sure how easy it is going to be for Wuvo to get work done with the Reaper. He's already got a fair chunk of damage actually out onto Quartz there. Built his ultimate up quite quickly, but we've seen Dench go down early on in the piece. It's a great Bionade out there as well from Bertlog, and now it's going to be the fight won easily for the Drop Bears.
Will be indeed. If we take a look at Legacy now, they've lost 5. It's time to make changes if they want to. But they did get onto the point very easily, let's be real. Looks like they're going to stick with the same 6 heroes to keep this one going through. Drop Bears looking nice, though, here on defense, Jordan. Look at all those. Look at all of that ulti charge. So much.
So much indeed. But Legacy, with the Coalescence here from Strawbella, might be able to make their way through. So far, no picks for them, though, and that's really what they need here.
Yeah, they need to make the most of this Coalescence. They really can't pop it just to get round the back. They're going to get onto the point, and Shoyo's going to throw this self-destruct.
Was not a scary Coalescence out there from Strawbella at all. Drop Bears are quite content with how things are going right now. Dragon Blade's available for Billa. Shoyo with the self-destruct out as well.
Finds no one, but we'll slow them down. But if they're all still alive, that's a good start for Legacy. As I say that, there's 1, there's 2. And Bella finds the D-Mac as well. Legacy cleaned up here by the Drop Bears.
Got to give it to Bertlog again. Another great Bionade comes out. And really, that's where the Sydney Drop Bears are finding such ease in these fights. When Legacy, they've got 2 healers that are essentially irrelevant.
Yep.
That is just 4 versus 6.
Well, that's it. When you're playing a style that is essentially, let's walk around the back onto the point. You're not diving. You're not challenging the defensive team. Bertlog is not even in a difficult position. Literally could walk into the comp and throw that grenade through. We'll see how it plays out this time. Yeah, Coalescence available now and used here by Strawbella. Wuvo, as you said, Jordan.
Here it is. Oh, no, it's not.
No, waiting. No.
Bionade again comes across, and Wuvo just gets deleted. Legacy still in this one, though.
They are indeed. You can hear the sound barrier coming through. This has been their best attempt so far. Drop Bears with not so many ultimates to work with. Quats will find Caramel Koala. They won't find the 1/3. It looked like they were close. They're going to try and get back onto the point, Jordan. But it looks like it's not going to be enough as Strawbella forced off the side.
Yeah, just another Bionade out from Bertlog. This time it was onto Caramel Koala and Skull. Both of the tanks not able to be healed up, and that's where the difference came from there for Sydney Drop Bears. They cleaned up Legacy once again. This time it took a little bit more work, but got the job done in the end, and Legacy have decided this quad tank is not working. Let's change things up. Go for the dive composition. Nope, let's go for the Farah Mercy composition. Wuvo, what are you going to be able to do here against the Sydney Drop Bears? It's not an easy point to play as Farah.
No, and look at this. Between the self-destruct, the Transcendence, and the Dragon Blade, Jordan, they're going to run out of time here. It's going to be a real big ask. They've struggled so far. I think they're going to struggle now. Billa trying to chase them down, and Strawbella, the one going to get picked up. Billa over the top now with the Dragon Blade, trying to chase down Wuvo. Won't even matter. And all very quickly. They fall down so quickly, Jordan, that they actually get another shot at this.
Yeah, they do. But not so sure that you want to have another shot at this one. It really is, in my opinion, a foregone conclusion right now. But Sydney Drop Bears have got the ultimates to work with here to hold off Legacy, and there's just nothing there for Legacy to try and push in with. Skull might get a self-destruct early on in the piece, but unless someone gets picked off here from Drop Bears, like if Billa got, I don't know, double midied out from Wuvo, it might have been there, but Bertlog does get dropped. Strawbella's down though, so it's a healer for a healer.
That's not a bad trade. The self-destruct available still for Shoyo as well, but as you said, no Bio Grenade. Maybe that makes the play here, Jordan, and it does not matter. The Drop Bears hold the point. Legacy won't get even 1/3 of a tick. That means they're at 0% for the Drop Bears to push through and lock themselves in a spot in our finals.
Yes, this is really looking like they're going to be able to get a 3-0, just like we saw Dark sided up against Not Predators. And even in the fashion in which it's come across, both have been very, very comfortable. We thought Legacy, they might have a potential to challenge here against Drop Bears, but Drop Bear's been going from strength to strength recently, and Legacy not stepping up to the plate as much as we would have hoped. Dench again, is he going to go back onto that Torb? It's a last-ditch effort really for Legacy here.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough, right? I want it to work. It just doesn't seem to work. And even if it works the first time, it's not going to work the second time.
No, as soon as the information is given over to the attacking side, it's a little bit easier to play around the turret unless it's moved. And even if it is moved, generally speaking, that means it's not in the ideal position. You want to be putting it down in the best spot first. If you have to move it out of that, because Drop Bears are playing around it, it might be easier to get rid of it, or it might even be easier to play around that second spot. The element of surprise is gone. The Torbjorn doesn't work out as easily. So Dench, yeah, he's not going to be staying on that Torbjorn.
He just wanted to check out what was down below. Yeah, I wonder, Jordan, I wonder if this was originally a water-filled moat instead of just like, you know, trees back in the day. You know what I mean? Like when they originally built it, could have been water down there.
That looks cool, I guess, if it was.
Yeah. Yeah, it could potential. I don't know. It's very high up, though. They would have had to like get the water from somewhere. It's not like there's going to be a river going in. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, that is a lot of work.
Yeah.
Maybe they carried it up in the bell.
Maybe they got May out there with a
endothermic
blaster just to spray it around, and when it melts, it turns into a thing. That could have worked. Look, they could have just pumped it up, let's be fair. That also works too. That's how I get water into my house, Jordan.
Oh, well, I'm very happy for you living in the 21st century. What a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive indeed.
Oh, goodness me.
Just like that. Dench, good job.
Yeah, but the res is there for Bertlog.
Oh, well. But that's one less res to work with as they try and push onto the point here. But the Drop Bears, to be fair, have a pretty big advantage, Jordan. Look at it. They're all over the place. They are all over the shop, all over Hanamura. And let's see how they choose to play this one out. Billa coming around from behind. Bertlog's gone down to Cinderella. Strawbella getting chased down here, and Billa finds the kill. That's two. Wuvo's gone as well. This could be it. They only need 33%, Jordan. Legacy has two players left. Skull's about to go down. Caramel Koala's looking very low as well. Yep. And as I get excited for what was really about 30 seconds of gameplay, congratulations, Sydney Drop Bears will be seeing you in the finals.
Yes, too many resets there. Given over to Billa, and he just cleaned up everyone on Legacy. So at the end, it's actually a fairly anticlimactic well, not semi-final, playoffs. For at least today. We've got more coming up tomorrow, but neither of those two, I suppose, lesser teams have been able to really challenge the top-seeded teams. So Darksided and Drop Bears both through quite comfortably from their playoffs, but now the task ahead of them, this is where it starts to get a little bit more difficult.
Yes.
From the start of Contenders up until now, for both Drop Bears and for Darksided, it's been a fairly cruisy run. Let's be real.
Yeah,
they have not been contested.
Has not really been challenged, I guess. Drop Bears were challenged by Masterminds.
Right, but it didn't really matter.
Things have changed, maybe, I don't know. The end result, they get 3-0. It doesn't really matter, and they progress through.
That's what I'm talking about, is that there's those top four, and then there's the teams below that. And, okay, yes, they did end up losing a couple of, for example, for Drop Bears, they lost a match against Masterminds, but it really did not matter. They were always going to be able to beat the third-place team easily. Yes. Easily. And so they've just gone and shown that, and so the season has been very easy for both of these two teams so far, but now going up against one another, Drop Bears versus Darksided, this is the first time we're going to see both of these teams really have to work.
Yes, let's go and take a look at the bracket and see how these semi-finals are going to play out. As you said, Darksided up against the Sydney Drop Bears. The first time really where these teams are going to be challenged in a way that directly impacts whether they make the finals or not. Because you lose, GG. If you win, congrats. Like, that's where it is. It's no, oh, well, where we lost to Masterminds, never mind, we're coming in second, we'll still win our match. There's none of that, Jordan. So this is going to be a huge match for both these teams. And they're going to have a little bit of time to prepare. Tomorrow, we've got Masterminds up against Kanga, then Blank Blue up against Jam. To be honest, I think we all expect that we're going to continue the trend of the left-hand side of this graphic progressing through. However, anything can happen.
There's no more 4 Overwatch, it's now 3 Overwatch, because it really does feel like all of these teams are going to be able to close things out 3-0 now.
I get it. That took a while. Sorry.
Yeah, we were really hoping. we were really hoping that Legacy was going to be able to put some numbers on the board up against Drop Bears, but just not the case this time. Maybe next season.
Yeah, well, it's all about next season for some of these, and that's the intention of what is Overwatch Contenders, to allow teams to progress, to give them something to build into. And honestly, we have seen so much growth, Jordan, in the Australian region as part of even Season 1.
Yep.
Some of these teams got put together from, you know, bits and pieces, bits and bobs, crammed together, and they've come through. They still made top 4 in their group.
Yeah, exactly. It's been a pretty strange season, really, when you think about it. A lot of roster changes out at the start. Things have started to stabilize a little bit now towards the end. When we get into Contenders Season 2, obviously we're going to have a few more established teams.
Yeah.
Into Contenders Season 3, more then. And inevitably, we have a really, really strong region. So it's just going to take time, I think, here. But for now, it is still just those top 4 teams really having the way with all the bottom teams. And it's just going to take time.
It will. It's all about time. So congratulations to both the Drop Bears and Darksided. They've secured themselves a spot in the semi-finals. Join us tomorrow as we lock in our final 2 teams. We'll see you then.